What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today in this video, we're going to be talking about the 2022-2023 Georgia football schedule. So, first up, here are my predictions. So, first up, we have Oregon. I think Georgia's going to beat Oregon. I think they win 27-17. These scores, by the way, they're not really accurate necessarily. I'm just guessing, kind of throwing it out there. But I think Georgia beats Oregon. I think Georgia's going to start out strong. Start out with a win and just, start up right, I think Georgia's going to be able to compete for another national championship this season, and a good way to start off is by beating a good opponent in Oregon. Second, we have Samford. I think Georgia should win pretty easily. I mean, this is an FCS opponent. I mean, no disrespect to FCS teams. It's just when you have a powerhouse like Georgia who just came off a national championship, I think Georgia's going to be able to beat them pretty easily. 55-3 is the score that I have down with a win. The game up next to South Carolina, and this is an interesting game because, South Carolina, they have Spencer Rattler now. He transferred from Oklahoma, and it's just he's going to be a key asset to this team for South Carolina. I still think Georgia wins 35-17, but I think that they still, Georgia still has a really good chance of beating them by more. But I think that's the score that I have down now. Yeah, 35-17. I think South Carolina, they're going to compete for the SEC East, but they're not going to, by any means, win it, I don't believe. Unless Spencer Rattler has really changed since Oklahoma, because he really wasn't all that great. I mean, he had his moments at Oklahoma, but there were just times where he wasn't very good. Next, we have Kent State, and this is another pretty much easy win for Georgia. They should win this one by a good amount. I have it 41-10. So, basically, I think that Georgia's gonna pretty much smooth by these first four teams. This is where it gets tricky, though. These next few games are really gonna impact Georgia in quite a way, I feel like, though. So next we have Missouri. I think Missouri they're just not quite at the level to compete with Georgia right now. So I think Georgia wins at 41-10. Georgia, by the way, has some really good players coming back, and Brock Bowers, Stetson Bennett. Our running back room is filled. Our tight ends are just stacked. You look at the receivers, some of our old receivers are getting healthy again. I think that the outlook is really good for this Georgia offense. The defense, however, lost a lot. So we're going to have to see how they're going to do against Oregon in this first game. But Auburn is up next. I think Georgia beats Auburn pretty easily, 28-7. I think Auburn's it's just Auburn's so up and down. They can be good but really bad in the same season, so they're just really inconsistent. Then we have Vanderbilt. Georgia's gonna pretty much destroy Vanderbilt as well. Vanderbilt hasn't been good in a while. They haven't been acceptable in the SEC in a while. They haven't competed at an SEC level very well in forever. So I think Georgia wins this as well, 55-0. And then heading into Florida, the big rivalry game, Georgia, they should beat Florida pretty easily, I feel like, in my opinion, 27-17. Florida, in their first season with their new head coach, I just don't see them necessarily competing with Georgia the way they have in the past couple of years or so. So that's my opinion on that game. Tennessee next, another big rivalry game. This is where the schedule is going to start really hitting Georgia hard. It's going to be painful, and they're going to be tested to see if they really are a championship caliber team. But Tennessee, Georgia again should beat them. Win probably 38-14 is the score I have. So that's a game that they're going to have to really lock down on, though. Make sure they don't, let things get by them. And then Mississippi State. This is a game that's going to be very crucial for Georgia. I have them down at losing to Mississippi State, and you might be wondering, well, why? Mississippi State's not that good. Well, Mississippi State, I believe, should be in the top 25 for the preseason, I think. And Mississippi State has some decent players. I think that if they're coached well this summer, if they work hard this summer, they're going to be a pretty decent team. But, Georgia's going to be playing, this is an away game, okay? And then, most people know how Mississippi State Stadium is. It's loud. It's rough. But I believe that Mississippi State is really might actually hold on to a lead. You know, I think that Georgia's gonna have to stay focused in this game. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna be a tough game. Um, but that's my opinion on that game. That game's gonna be really tough. And like I said, it's a road game. And then after Mississippi State, you have Kentucky. Kentucky is another away game, and Kentucky's pretty good too. I think Georgia wins, 30-20. I think they win it, but still, Georgia's gonna have to be careful in that because in that situation, it's another away game. Georgia's schedule, by the way, this season it's honestly kind of tough. It might be rougher than it was last season. And finally, Georgia Tech, 49-10 is my prediction here. I think Georgia wins it, heading on into the SEC championship. So yeah, that's my prediction for Georgia's football schedule this season. Let me know if you liked the video. If you did, I'd love to do some more of these for other teams. So just let me know, and it'd be great to do some more of these. Thank y'all for watching.